Hello, I'm Marky Dragon, and I wanted to take a moment to answer a few questions that I've received from viewers of my videos. And I don't know, a lot of this stuff we cover all the time on the site about fraud, scams, and PayPal reversals and crap like that. So let me just go over a couple of these items here, and hopefully we'll all learn something from this. So this one person says, I'm not going to tell their names. I don't need to embarrass them. But he says that he just recently went to swap his account for $200 on our site. And so then he lists the name of the other person that he did the swap with. It says, after he contacted me on my cell phone via AIM, we discussed the transaction, and he agreed the deal would go through after he checked the account was in working order. Okay, fair enough. That sounds usually normal, except, you know, it's also a big red flag. So it says here, I sent him my PayPal info, meaning his email address, and the Star Wars Galaxy's station login and password. Obviously, it was a Star Wars Galaxy's account. Soon after, he just logged out, and I've never seen him again. Dumbass. God. So, this guy, you're screwed. You're double screwed. And so you've lost the account, you're gonna have to recall it, and you may just find that it was banned. What a lot of people do is they gain your confidence by talking to you, and they try real hard to sound like a real legitimate person. I don't know, was this guy Trust2 verified? Good question to ask, huh? Because people have a much higher chance of a successful transaction when they're dealing with people who are Trust2 verified. So basically, you're screwed. It was stupid to give out this password ahead of time, and there's nothing you can do except for to recall your account. Sorry. So on to the next one, and you're going to see a theme here. Okay, let's see here. I sold him the account, transferred the character from one server to another. He used the account for almost 2 weeks. I assume that he got paid. And then somehow he got the account banned. Now he bugs me, it's my fault. Well, okay, so the first thing is, yes, it's your fault for selling the account. I happen to know from the server names here that this was World of Warcraft, and buying, selling, trading of accounts is strictly prohibited, and they will ban your account for that. They do checks from time to time, and they do bust people for a myriad of reasons. But, you know, it could be that this guy was botting or whatever. Now, so, you know, I can't say you're stupid for wanting to sell it, because there's a lot of people that want to sell their accounts. And God knows, I've sold a lot of accounts. So here's the deal. So he sent you the money via PayPal, and you gave him the account. Okay, good deal. 2 weeks have gone by. He says now that it's banned and it's your fault. Well, most likely it's not. Most likely it's the fault of either the transaction, or he was doing something stupid on the account, and that's why people buy these accounts. There are a lot of farmers who will buy accounts. They'll pay pretty good money and stuff, and then they will grind the hell out of them to make money or whatever, and then if it isn't banned at that point, they may resell it off, but the account is definitely tainted at that point. So very well could get banned. Now, you've got another problem here too. So if he says to PayPal that he didn't receive the product, or the product is not as described, or whatever, because it's a virtual good, you have no grounds to stand on defending yourself in a reversal. So look for a reversal to be coming. because you're screwed. Okay, so this guy held talks with one of our MSN users, gave him the account info, and he's, let's see, but he hasn't sent me the payment. Okay, again, you can't just send account info without payment. And okay, so here's how this works. If you send the account info without the payment, if they con you into doing that, you gotta stop right there. You can't do that. It is a huge red flag. What you need to do is you need to put a guarantee with it that if they pay for it, and there's other things in this too, but if they pay for it, then you will send them the account info. If they're not happy for whatever reason, then you will discuss a refund with them. But if send the account info ahead of time, no go, because that is almost always a scam. Now, there are honest people who want to buy accounts, and they're very leery of buying an account from someone. I would be too. But PayPal has it set up so that the buyer, the person who sends the money, if they don't get what they paid for, they get it back. Simple as that. So you got to do it the other way around. You got to have the money in hand. And if you are, so let's take this a little bit further. They can then recall the payment even if you sold them a honest good, even if you provided exactly what you said you would and everything, and there was no problems with the account, they can still reverse the payment. And that really sucks, but that's the reality. So what you have to do is you have to accept a non-reversible payment method. A payment method like this would be like Western Union, or a money order, or a bank check. Not a regular handwritten check, a check that they go to the bank and purchase. Now, there's so much stuff to do with this fraud stuff. I could go on forever and ever and ever. If you accept a check, you got to make sure that it is good first. So you don't hand over the account information until whatever period of time the bank tells you you need to wait to make sure that it clears. Because there's a lot of fake checks out there. And as far as PayPal goes, there is no defense against this reversal stuff. So, and there's the other thing too. So, okay, so a reversal happens from an honest person. It also happens from accounts that are stolen. So if they have access to a stolen account, then they can send you the money. You get the money. You think everything's hunky-dory. The person who owns the account finds out a couple days later, or as much as 6 months later, and they can still do a reversal. So you have to do your due diligence. You have to make sure that they are who they say they are. I'm not going to go in how all to do that, because that's what Trust2 does, and we don't really give away our special sauce. But I will say, and I didn't make this video in anticipation of promoting Trust2, but maybe it comes down to that, because you need greater success on getting what you paid for and making sure that the money that comes into you is good. If you deal with Trust2 verified people, you have a much higher chance of success. We ban very few of the Trust2 verified people. Most of them are honest, and then they make several mistakes, or they get several reversals, and then they have a hard time with some of the other payments. But generally, they are looking to do honest business. And if you deal with Trust2 verified people, you will get much more honest transactions. It removes a lot of the knowledge that you need to figure out if that person is being honest with you. It's not 100% foolproof. There are still scammers who get through getting Trust2 verified. The rate is very, very low. It's only 3 out of 1,000 Trust2 verifications that get through that are fraudulent. It's a very low number, but it does happen. So anyway, hopefully this information helps, makes it all the payments safer, and tell you what, send me your questions. I'll be happy to answer them. I'm Marky Dragon. Thanks for watching.